Hello and welcome. This is Miss Tabassum. Today I am going to teach you future perfect and future perfect continuous tense. So let's get started. Here it goes. Let's start with future perfect tense. The future perfect tense refers to an action that will start and be completed at a definite time in the future. Here goes the structure. Subject plus will or shall plus have plus the past participle form of the verb plus an object. Let's understand it with an example. I will have completed my homework by the time you arrive. So, my action of completion of homework will already be completed before the action of your arrival. In the timeline, it will look like this. On the right hand side, an action of finishing the homework will be completed by the time another action of your arriving comes. So here, comparison of two future events are happening. Let's see some more examples. By this time next year, she will have spent 2 years in Pune. Suppose she started living there in July. This sentence shows that the action of staying in Pune for 2 years will be completed by that time. This is future perfect tense. It takes a point in the future like July, which is denoted by this time next year, and it looks back. It talks about the completion of an action by that time. We make this tense with a subject plus will have plus the past participle form of the verb. Let's look into some more examples. They will have finished shopping for groceries by 3 p.m. I will have left for college by the time she arrives from the station. So here, will have spent, will have finished and will have left are future perfect tense. Here goes the structure of future perfect tense in the assertive, negative and interrogative sentences. In assertive, the structure for future perfect tense is shall or will plus have plus the past participle form of the verb. Example, they will have arrived at 5 p.m. In negative, the structure is shall or will plus have plus not plus past participle form of the verb. In interrogative, the structure is will plus subject plus have plus the past participle form of the verb. To form the interrogative, the positions of the subject and the auxiliary are interchanged. Let's move on to future perfect continuous tense. The future perfect continuous tense refers to an action which will begin in the future and continue for a given moment. Here goes the structure. Will or shall plus have been plus the present participle form of the verb. Let's look into an example. When I turn 40, I will have been teaching English for 20 years. In the timeline, it looks like this. As you can see, an event of teaching will continue until another event of my turning to 40 years comes, eventually giving more importance to the duration. Let's see some more examples. I will have been studying English for 2 years by the end of next year. By 2030, we will have been working for this organization for 2 decades. He will have been training under the national coach for 2 years by the end of this year. In perfect continuous tense, in the future form, importance is given to duration. Here goes the structure for future perfect continuous tense in assertive, negative and interrogative sentences. In assertive sentence, the structure is shall or will plus have plus been plus verb plus ing. Example, she will have been leaving by 5 p.m. tomorrow. In negative, the structure is shall or will not plus have plus been plus present participle form of the verb. He will not have been doing this if not for money. In interrogative, the structure is shall or will plus subject plus have plus been plus verb plus ing. Will you have been staying there? Let's look into an exercise of future perfect tense. As you can see the instruction, fill in the blanks with the future perfect tense of the given verbs. So verbs are given in the bracket and we have to make into future perfect tense. Number 1. You dash receive all the pending payments by Friday. Will have received. As you know that the structure is will have plus V3. In second, they will have completed the flyover by this time next year. Third, the guests will have finished their dinner by the time we reach the venue. Fourth, the children will have grown up by the time the house is built. Fifth, they will have arranged the banquet hall for the reception by 5 p.m. Sixth, we will have finished our drama practice by the time the school gets over at 3 p.m. Seventh, she will have knitted a sweater for each of her grandchildren by the end of winter. Let's see one more exercise with future perfect continuous tense. And the instruction goes, complete the sentences using the future perfect continuous tense of the given verbs. Shukdev dash take classes in classical music for 4 years by 2021. So, the verb is take, and as we know, the structure for future perfect continuous is will plus have plus been plus verb plus ing. So, the answer is will have been taking. Second, by Wednesday, we shall have been preparing for the festivities for a month. Third, by the end of this semester, I will have been traveling non-stop for a month for my project. Fourth, by December, his parents will have been living in different cities for 5 years. Fifth, by tomorrow, the librarian will have been campaigning for the restoration of old book for a month. Sixth, by the end of this week, the substitute teacher will have been teaching us for 2 weeks. And the last but not the least, seventh, by dinner time, she will have been cooking for 5 hours for the guests. That's all for the day. I hope you understood the topic well. Thank you. Have a good day.